It is 1 month of Michael Carrick as Manchester United manager, ladies and gentlemen, and the man has done something no one expected would ever happen at this club from any manager. But this guy has made light work of what seemed like a very difficult job. A team of coaches who people did not rate. One was just a guy who just recently retired in Johnny Evans from football. He started in an interim role as the man in charge of transfers of young players. It didn't work out. Evans moves out. A few months later, Amorim is sacked. Evans is back as a backroom staff to a rookie manager. Steve Holland last coached England under Southgate. Most people didn't like Southgate. Definitely, if you didn't like Southgate, you didn't like his team. But Holland was brought in. Travis Binion elevated from the academy. A team of young guys with a guy who is now at his peak as a manager in Steve Holland. He has won titles before in Europe, in the Premier League and everywhere. Worked with the best managers in the world and is the guy behind the scenes. Here I am, guys, to talk to you about what exactly Michael Carrick and his team have unlocked in Manchester United. What button have they touched exactly? I felt like talking total football tonight. That's why I said it's been a minute since I've been live on the United of Sport. Let's do this. This is the homeboy. Well, lately I be live on Ndibayoka most of the time, but I think this is the homeboy, guys. This is the real Man United talk. Is the original talk. It's the OG stuff, isn't it? My name is Webb. Come and learn the internet. I'm going to talk tactics. If you're not good with this, if you got issues with tactics, this is not your show. If you're a surface person, this is not your show. If you see football from a small window, window on this on things, you didn't play football, so you have no idea the detail in it. This is not your show. Michael Carrick has an autobiography out. People are buying it. Have you wondered why and how on earth this guy is unbeaten? He has faced all the best managers in the world and dismantled their tactics. Pep Guardiola's tactics were dismantled by a rookie, by Carrick. He has shown these people, I know more football than all of you. Indeed, he does, because if you think about him as a player, Carrick was a better player than any active manager right now, the very best. He's showing them that, you didn't see me then, but I was better than you. And indeed, rightfully he was. So here has an autobiography telling you his story. Michael Carrick, Between the Lines. Can you imagine? And you don't buy such a book for your son, for your teenage son, to get the mind of this genius. This guy is managing a football at the topmost level. Is like, that's the hardest job. It's harder than being manager of Man United. Is harder than being president of the United States. I tell people, the pressure is different, but it's a top job, and you have to be a genius. So this genius has an autobiography out, and you do not want to get it and read it. Get serious. But here I am, guys, to talk tactics. Talemwa Jerry, I see you. Hey, Mr. Webb, thank you for the show. Thank you. Share this live. Let it move on, because I want the Manchester United faithful to all know about it and come join the masterclass. Come and learn how to earn online using the number down there on your screen. Come and you understand the business of the internet. How does money come from the internet to someone's bank account? That's all I teach you. Come and learn. It's very easy, not rocket science. That's why I need you for just an hour and just 1 week if you're going to learn, including AI. Can we get into the proper tactics talk? I want quorum, guys. If we have 20 people on the live, I start it. Let me just show you how we are going to be rolling tonight. So, Michael Carrick, like I said, this is not an ordinary show. This is for those who understand football, who know that football has got key things in it, because football is played in phases, who know what phases are in football and how important are phases in football. What are phases in football? There is the build-up phase. There is the attacking in the final third. There is in the build-up phase also has different situations. What do you build up against? Is it a high press? Is it a mid-block? Is it an asymmetric build-up? What are you building up against? Attacking in the final third also has its own elements in it. If you talk tactics, I told you this live is about talking tactics. How are you attacking the final third against a low block? I'm going to focus on that for this particular one, on how Michael Carrick does it. How do you then attack in the final third if you have half spaces overloaded? How do you run, with your depth in the offensive transition? That's the final phase. How do you recover, a ball in the central areas? How do you recover in the high zone? How do you recover it wide? All these are details in the beautiful game, and Michael Carrick has taught these players how to do those things so easily. How has he done it? How has he been able to do it? That's what we are learning and discovering about Michael Carrick. So this is how Man United sets out under Carrick. This is how they set up under Carrick. Yeah, they set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. That's your goalkeeper, Sene Lamens. You have left centre back in Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire on the right centre back. Let's go back to the original with Patrick Dogu in, because he was his main man at the start of it. Yeah, so let's not push him aside just because he's injured. The best game Man United has played under Carrick was the Man City game. And I want to base on that squad that played that game. So Patrick Dogu, the showman, was there. You've had Diogo Dalot on the right, Kobe Maino, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes. You had on the left, it was of winning titles with coaches who are elite, with systems that were very dynamic and moving. That is Conte. He assisted Conte when he won it with Chelsea. He assisted Carlo Ancelotti. What he noticed, and even on the other teams, and this is the guy assisting Michael Carrick. This is what he noted. He noted that teams that win football attack you with 5 players. When they go into the attack, they have 5 players unleashed in the final third. They attack you with 5 players. So you're overloaded. That's what they do. So he said, but they have those 5 players attacking you, but they are still solid. They maintain a compact discipline both in the middle and in the back. To do that, you've got to be organized. Your players have got to be able to move into positions and organize themselves, but also be aware that if it doesn't work, you've got to recover in certain ways. Now, Carrick has made, these are the basics of football, that overload your position. These are elite players. For you to be able to get a chance against them, you've got to overload with players who are very mobile, characters of players who are very mobile and intricate. Now, for that to happen, you either need to have the players or you need to teach them to do it. Now, what Michael Carrick is doing every day in his training, he's teaching these players how to do it, even those who did not seem to know it, because there are players at Man United who we looked at before and we thought, how did these become Man United players? Am I lying? There are players we've looked at Man United and thought, how did these guys become Man United players? How did it happen? We thought they had no skill in them at all whatsoever. But Michael Carrick has all of a sudden shown us that these players are nearly world class. Because he has been teaching them. He's a head coach with assistants who have been there in winning. He's also hands-on. They all work in the same direction. He's teaching them. Even those who looked mediocre, how is he teaching them? First of all, you don't teach players how to play football by drawing rulers and images in offices. The most interesting part of football is when you're training with the ball, when you're playing with the ball. Carrick has made Man United sessions very short, but very intense and precise and all about football. So players are happy, they're enjoying football and learning from the best guy who is showing them ideas that they trust because the assistant has won these titles, even the Champions League. But Carrick also was a master who won everything as a player and the mastermind in every team he played for. So they trust him and he knows how to communicate. Steve Holland too is a communicator. This is what these players have needed. And then the Carrick who succeeded there is telling them, shut out the noise and focus. Do you see how he has got them? Lisandro Martinez said he can die for Carrick. He touched his heart. Harry Maguire said the same. So besides touching your heart with his personality, you trust the guy because he did it. you see his ideas looking different, but he's making you enjoy football. He's a likable guy. So the block is going to just run these players crazy. Even the substitutes are happy for each other because everyone is happy to be with Carrick. Whether I'm playing enough or not, I will play, but I'm learning, I'm enjoying. Now, let's get into a key area that Manchester United has mastered. Now, when they're attacking, remember we said they start in a 4-2-3-1. When you're in a 4-2-3-1, you're attacking against a low block, because that is what some teams want to play, a low block. This is how this system then evolves. This is how the overloads and the organization comes. So you have your left center back. This is your Lisandro Martinez. And I'm sure you've seen these situations in games before. You have your Lisandro Martinez. Yeah? So this is your Lisandro Martinez. This is your Harry Maguire, and this is Diogo Dalot. They are pressing from this side, so they press you. Then Casemiro and Kobe Maino also move and add to the press. Then everyone else, Patrick Dogu goes high, wide to attack these spaces. The left winger, who in this case had been who was it? Who was it? No, this is the left back. This is Luke Shaw, who goes high. Then the left winger, this is Dogu. This is Bruno, the 10. This is the number 9, Mbumo. This is Ahmad. These are 5 players attacking you, all with different characters. This one can run straight like this. He can go like this. They see each other and communicate. But this one knows how to attack aggressively into bodies, so he will run like this. That's why Dogu's runs were always like this, because he's a physical guy. He can attack bodies. If this is this Man City boy, that's how he scored against Man City. He attacks like this. Meanwhile, Luke Shaw is also coming. He knows he's covered by his midfielders. If in case they lose the ball, Casemiro can go wide and recover, or whoever is close. Bruno also is coming. He's joining the attack. Mbumo has gone high. Do you see how the overloads are coming? You have Ahmad also coming. So how 1, 2, 3, 4 guys defending, there will always be a one player lacking with the space. But all these are dangerous players. Now, what Carrick has done is made these players learn this. The training sessions I've watched of Carrick, they are training with the ball. How do you attack with the ball? How do you attack, and how do you organize and retract without the ball? So what they do in the short, intense, interesting trainings is when they get on the pitch, after, of course, easy warm-ups, he starts passing with them and showing them this is how you're going to pass in those triangles, and attack, this is where you go. When you lose the ball, this is how you retract. So this is now their routine, and they're all mastering it, and they're loving it, and it's so simple, it's so organized, no one is getting so tired. You realize that Bruno, who is a 10, is most of the times going to stay high. Even when he's maybe has got too high that he's the one maybe on top, he goes to press. He knows around him, Dogu will recover, and Mbumo will come back maybe and also cover the guy in his space. So even so, if they pass the ball, the opposition team passes the ball wide, Bruno can come and then cover this guy. Then the wide guy goes and presses. So it's so easy. It's so organized and repetitive. So these are the basics that Michael Carrick has taught these players. And then the recovery. How do you recover the ball? This is how they recover the ball. That they always quickly go back into their positions. Luke Shaw goes back. The left winger is coming back in. Bruno also comes back in the middle. So they compact the middle. You realize that everyone, Cunha returns, Mbumo returns in the middle, Ahmad returns to pack up the middle, because football is about overloading the areas. If you're in the final third, overload, have more players there, and let 2 players be as clinical and dangerous as possible. If you lose the ball, to win it back, have more players in the middle so that they don't get to their defense. If they get there, have more players in the defense. Those are the basics of football. That's how you look organized. So Carrick has made it so clear to these players, and they're enjoying it. Why won't they beat everyone so comfortably? Why won't all of a sudden a mediocre player like Dogu become world class? Why will all of a sudden a player who Amorim felt was not good enough to play be the guy instigating everything and looking like he's the gem that we are waiting to unleash? Why won't you then tell me that it's easy for young players to come in and fit into this? Because we are seeing already the JJ Gabriels of this world training with Carrick already today, and I saw another young kid with an afro, and don't be surprised if these kids are given a chance, because this is an easy team to come into. Do you see what Carrick has changed? So he has made football so simple. He has made these players understand the modern game. He has made these players, most importantly, enjoy it. Most importantly, he has made them to enjoy it. I don't know if you're with me, or am I talking to myself? Let me see if you're there. I might be talking to myself. You're there. The right direction indeed, but we need to double numbers rather than reacting after conceding. Now, these are the things he's improving these players. In 1 month, we've seen what Carrick has achieved in a month. So, that is now the tactical genius. Now, of course, like I said, football is played in phases. So, for you to be able to teach players these things in different phases takes time. It takes a bit of time. You need a bit of time to be able to do that. It's not a 1 second thing. Because you play against different opposition. You can then be playing against a team giving you a high press. How do you then play with a team? And some teams will come pressing high. How do you then move? Now, this is the change in the system. In this case, Man United is the team in blue, by the way. In case I'm confusing you. But I'm sure if you're with me, you followed. So, still, you have your back three, contact in the middle, protecting the goal. That's the most important part to protect first. Then your left back and your right back are also there. So you have 5 people. Just in case, because you're pressed high, you're still safe in the back in case it goes south. But then, against a high press, you also want to counter press them. So what do? You hold them in the middle by parking the middle. So they will have 2 players pressing you from highly, but these 2 players are not going to be dangerous. These 2 players won't be dangerous on their own because they are outnumbered. Even if they are pressing high means the top 2 guys come to your, either towards the goalkeeper, the guy starting the ball. They come as far as then to try and stop you from playing. So, for you to be able to limit that, have 1 guy around these 2, taming them, but already behind him is properly covered, sideways, these guys are surrounded. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 2. Not dangerous. Then keep these players also there. Let your left wing back keep this one there. Let your number 10 be around here. Let your right winger also be around, lurking around, and let your striker be roaming. So they also have to be cautious. So they won't bring so many bodies at you. They need to monitor these players. But still in the middle, you're outnumbering them. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players ready to protect you in the middle. But in case you win, you manage to progress the ball from the goalkeeper, and you progress the ball, it is so easy for you now to quickly jump and switch into your attack because you're not so far. By the time these guys recover, you're going to outnumber them quickly, and you're going to quickly move into create overloads for them in the final third. See? Do you get what I'm saying? Football is a game of numbers. Outnumber your opposition. 5 players in the attack, but stay safe. In the middle. This is what Michael Carrick is teaching these players. Against which team do you play how? And understand the routine. So that's how you play against the high press. Yeah? That's how you play in a build-up against a high press. But of course, like I said, there are so many moments in a game. All these are foundations. But if players have this understanding from someone knowledgeable and someone they trust me, they will enjoy the game. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Man United. So, I won't go so deep into these phases and, talking the modern game and phases, but I'll probably very soon be making it a habit to keep going live and helping you understand this genius in Michael Carrick, because I think he's worth our time. Tale Mwajeri, I see you. Benjamin Chinene, the right direction indeed, but we need to double numbers rather than reacting after conceding. That's okay. Conceding is okay. It's normal. It's part of the game. You don't come to play football expecting that you're just going to score and you won't concede any goals. I think that's, first of all, disrespecting the opponent and the work they also put in, because they also have players. They also have players who come out to compete. They also scouted players. They also train them and coach them. So they also coach to score goals. So the goals will be scored in football. That's why if you go to the 22bet website, for those of you who bet, know that one of the options they have is scoring goals. And be sure that your team will score goals. And indeed, you can stake on them from wherever you are. Using the promo code INDIBA, visit their website. If you do not have it in your country, you can use a VPN. We are talking tactics. We are talking tactics. So that's quite a situation. Of course, we'll keep talking tactics. I will leave it at this for now, but we'll keep talking tactics, of course, as we do carry along and progress with the United Hotspot. I just needed you to understand what Michael Carrick has touched. So these players are enjoying their football. Now JJ Gabriel has been brought in. He's training with the first team as well. You can imagine now if you give such a young talent, and I don't know that some of you have watched him, but this boy is just so dangerous in the final third. Extremely dangerous. So, and they can't touch him, and you can worry about his size, but no one can touch him. He's so mobile. That's the secret in him, the size probably. You can't touch him. You can't touch JJ Gabriel. How? You can't touch him. So he can't fit into this team and a couple of young players, because Carrick makes football so easy that anyone can play it. Come and learn how to earn online. I make it so easy for you to understand how to earn from the internet. Yeah? So, I think that should be it for now. I'm going live on TikTok. You can join me for more on the masterclass, talking tactics, understanding Michael Carrick.